If you're somebody who struggles with discipline, if you're somebody who struggles with motivation, if you're someone who struggles with, wasting time, time management, this might just be the video for you. And this might be the only video you need to eventually break yourself out of that very toxic cycle that I myself am all too familiar with. If I know anything about that toxic cycle, or if anyone knows anything about that toxic cycle, it's me, innit? So I want to tell you that your thoughts are not you. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. When we think things, it's usually a manifestations of our trauma, our wants and our desires, and things that are keeping us anxious. And basically, when we exist in this space where we're constantly identifying with our thoughts, we can get quite depressed because oftentimes our thoughts can lead us to be depressed, right? Think about it, right? Your thoughts are basically just your desires and your unresolved traumas and all of this stuff basically just bouncing up and down in your head, right? So let's take something as simple as your desire for something. Let's say you have a crush on someone. Well, if you have a crush on someone, or if you want to get rich, or if you want to achieve any goal, you're going to be constantly thinking about that thing, but your reality is not going to have that thing. And you can get quite depressed in that state of not having the thing that you want, but wanting it. You know what I mean? You're going to just constantly be thinking about how you don't have that thing. Another thing we love to think about is the people that hurt us in the past, right? All of the people that discarded us or our painful experiences, right? And this is the reason why people go to therapy and things like that. I don't want to knock therapy in it. I think, hey, if therapy works for you, therapy works for you. If therapy doesn't work for you, I don't think you should be shamed for that either. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. But this is just the basis of what causes a lot of people to be stagnant, what causes a lot of people to not progress. So, in order for us to basically hit this new level where we can actually be productive, you need to separate your thoughts from yourself. You are not your thoughts are not you. They are two different entities. You are what you do constantly, right? When we call somebody a doctor, we don't call them a doctor because they have an interest in medicine, or, you know what I'm saying, they have an interest in that field, or we don't call someone an engineer because they watch engineering videos on YouTube. No, we call somebody an engineer because they do engineering. We call somebody a doctor because they studied in med school consistently. They passed all the grades to be a doctor, and they do the work of a doctor consistently enough to be called a doctor. Even in medicine, there's people like junior doctors who aren't fully qualified doctors. They need to work and be consistent at something long enough to do it in order for us to call them a doctor. So the first thing you need to realize is you are what you do consistently, right? And I know that when we're thinking and when we're so caught up in our associations with our thoughts, right? We tend to think that we are what we think about ourselves, or we are what we think consistently, right? If you're stuck on an ex, for example, and you're constantly thinking about an ex that you know is bad for you might confuse yourself and think this is the person that's meant to be for me just because of your thoughts. But what you need to realize is your thoughts are not you. You are what you do. So if you guys do not routinely see each other, if both of you guys are not making actions to see each other, and maybe they've blocked you or maybe they've done you dirty, you know what I'm saying, their actions, what they did to you wasn't positive, then you can realize, okay, this person isn't good for me because even though my thoughts are thinking about them, the actions in real life are not congruent. You know what I'm saying? You can find somebody else. If you're in a situation, yeah, where you want to be a content creator, right? Like I've been wanting to be a content creator for ages, you know what I'm saying? I've been stuck in that cycle of I don't know if I should make content, I don't know if I shouldn't make content. I've been nervous, right? I'm not sure if I want to put myself out there, but I'm like, you know what? Let me put myself out there. I am a content creator not because think I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator because I make content. Even if the content doesn't get that many views, like this video might get 20 views, who knows? But as long as I'm putting out content on a consistent basis, I am a content creator because you are what you do. You are not what you think. You are not what you feel. You are only your actions. So a key point to getting over stagnation is to focus on doing things. And one of the easiest ways to actually get things done is to quiet down our thoughts. See, I read this in a book, right? And if you guys want to know what the book is called, it's called The Way of the Superior Man by David Lader, I believe. I've read this book twice in my life, and it's been one of the most impactful books on purpose, woman, masculinity, sexuality, and just life in general, right? I always say this, my favorite book number one is the Bible, because the Bible is just the truth. And then every other book that is written by man has elements of the truth that the Bible is already laid out. But as for this book, I really do, really do like it. Like, obviously, outside of the Bible, it's top 5 books for me. I would really recommend all of you guys to read The Way of the Superior Man again by David Lader. It's a very good book. But one of the concepts the book talks about is how we are constantly, as men anyway, if you identify with the masculine, chasing the feeling of no thoughts whatsoever in your head. And we associate that with our version of happiness and fulfillment, right? That's why we play team sports, because at the end of a game, you're so physically tired that there's no thoughts in your head. That's why we lift heavy weights, because when you're tired and your body is physically, drowned out, there's no thoughts in your head, right? That's why we might go on walks. That's why we meditate, right? A lot of these things that we know, let out burp. A lot of these things that we know are good for us are basically just what's it called? Basically just thought ways to get rid of our thoughts. That's it. There are ways that we can get rid of our subconscious, desires, our subconscious trauma that manifest in thoughts. And so the easiest way to actually start to do work and to start to be consistent is to find ways as early as possible in the day to get rid of your thoughts, right? And I know that might sound crazy. Like, some person might take that too far and be like, yo, I'm gonna jump off a bridge. Listen, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whatever activity that you know can drown out your thoughts and can bring you to this space of just peace. Do it, right? And I'm very understanding that not everyone who watches my videos might have the same interest as me. So for example, one of the ways I like to do this is early in the morning. If I go for a run or if I go to the gym, I notice that my day's a lot better because all of my thoughts are just drowned. So now the only thing that's left to do, the only thing I identify with is my actions. Even right now, as I'm speaking right now, there's no thoughts in my brain. And I think I make the best videos when there's no thoughts in my brain, because I'm really able to just say fully what I believe, say fully with conviction, the ideas, and communicate it in a convincing way to you guys, right? So the earlier you can do anything that gets rid of your thoughts in the morning, you will have so much of a better day, I promise you, right? And there's a multitude of things you can do. I just stated I like to go to the gym or I like to go running, but for my fellow Christians, praying is not bad. Even to my other religious people, I might have Muslims on this channel, I might have Hindus, whatever. Praying, doing your type of prayer, it will clear your thoughts, It will give you a sense of peace, Simply praying, right? What else? What else can clear your mind? Meditation can clear your mind. Walking outside can clear your mind, right? There's tons of things that can clear your mind, but the most important thing is you don't want to be overdosing on dopamine and waking up straight away and just going on your phone. No, you need to do something that clears that, because these phones, right? What? Shit. I might have to. Yo, I forgot I have my girl as my lock screen, man. Gonna need to edit that. Listen. I'm not gonna show my girl on social media until a certain point. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of things to do with this phone, right? This stuff. It's basically keeping us in a state where we're constantly accepting information and information and information, and that information basically turns into thoughts, right? So when you think about it, right, have you guys ever watched an Instagram reel or watched a meme, and then randomly during a test or something, maybe some music starts playing, or randomly you remember some memes? That's because that's the effect of social media, and that's the effects of these phones and that, because they're basically just overloading into our subconscious, and we basically manifest them into thoughts. So the earlier you guys are going on your phone in the day, the more brain fog you're going to have, because you're not going to have the ability to just be still, right? So one of the biggest ways you guys can actually just get rid of brain fog is early in the morning, go for a walk, go to the gym, do something that reduces the amount of thoughts you have. And then I promise you, yeah, come back to this video after doing it for just one day and tell me if it's made a difference, right? And that's it. If you guys really want to make progress, start all your day with some type of thing that can reduce your thoughts. And remember, you are what you do. You are not what you think about yourself. You're not about You are not what you think about doing. You are what you do. Again, keyword, consistently. So if you do something once and then you give up, you are not that thing, right? If you're a content creator but you only make content for a month and then you gave up, you're not a content creator. You're a content creator if you've done it consistently over a long period of time, right? So just remember, your actions, what you do is who you are, right? That's it. Don't let your thoughts cloud the person you are. Don't let the past cloud who you are. You could have made mistakes back in the day, and your thoughts will make you identify with, oh, but you know you did this to this person, or oh, you know how you handled this situation. That is a lie from the devil, trying to keep you chained in bondage to the past. You are what you do right now. So as long as you're making progress, as long as you're becoming a better person right now, that is all that matters. And don't let your thoughts tell you different. Don't let other people tell you different. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that you are your actions. And that's it.